Hello everyone, I'm Alwo and I will be racing my friend BluMagma on Pokémon Sapphire any percent glitchless.
Hello everybody.
Yes, we can start and explain the early game information while we are running. Ready when you are, dude.
Yep.
You can
Alright,
click
I'll
ready
start
on the
the
race time.
countdown.
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect.
Here we go. You want to start us off with a little intro about the game?
I forget to delete my data, so you should start.
Oh. Alright. I'll get a little bit of a head start. That's fine with me. While he's doing that, this is Pokemon Sapphire. This is the third generation of Pokemon games. This is the first Pokemon game for the Game Boy Advance. Generations 1 and 2 were made for the original Game Boy. So all new graphics, all new Pokemon, all new mechanics. The third generation introduced quite a few new mechanics, one of them being abilities. So each Pokemon has a selection of various abilities that it can have, and those abilities change how the Pokemon works in battle. Maybe they do more damage or things like that. So there's a lot of that comes into play in this run, and you'll see that pretty soon.
So first we are arrived in town, moving on in a different city with our mom. Quickly change the date and time and sending someone to get our first main Pokemon.
I accidentally set the clock before getting the beach potion, but it doesn't really matter.
The PC potion, you mean, yeah.
There you have PC potion. I think it just adds an extra turn frame or something. There are a few terms like that we might throw in without explaining, so I'll try my best to explain them when they come up.
Yeah, same.
Just for additional context. A turn frame, you'll notice anytime we have stopped, like we've come to a full stop and then we try to move in a new direction, our character will go through a little turn animation, and that's called a turn frame. And it takes 8 frames, so the name's a little bit misleading, but it takes 8 frames to complete a turn frame, and then you can start moving again. So minimizing turn frames is prevalent in a few different places. You can do a few things to cancel turn frames, like bonking against a wall, for example, or against an NPC. Will then cancel the turn frame when you move in the next direction.
So BluMagma is gonna save here, and he will do a RNG manipulation to manipulate some stats, because we need like a powerful Pokemon to do this speedrun. And this is pretty much frame perfect, goes to 60 FPS.
Yep, this is the first example of RNG manipulation. It's very, very powerful in the Gen 3 games, but it's also very difficult in Gen 3. And based on things like the Poochyena and the Mudkip, genders, and HP, I can tell if I hit the correct frame or not.
I don't know about you, but I will check in the fight.
Yes, unless I get the tackle frame.
Okay, I got the AST.
Nice. So I got the high roll frame there, which indicates that I have the correct Mudkip. And I can tell based on the HP and things like that as well. If you're 1 frame late, most things will look identical, but sometimes you'll get a lower damage roll. But because we got the higher damage roll, I know for sure that I got the right one. Which is nice, because this allows me to extend my RNG manipulation.
Look at you.
Hopefully this works. I haven't done these paths in a while. Up left. Yeah. So by looking at the NPCs, we can identify what frame of RNG we're currently on based on how they move. And then we can find a path for each frame that will get no encounters for this entire section. So you can see how powerful it is that we just went through all this grass and we'll never get an encounter.
That will be totally different on my stream, because I did check my stats because I didn't get the high roll to know specifically enough. Then I have the good one. So I'm just gonna hope here to get no encounters or just 1 or 2 max. And entering the first fight of the run.
In theory, you can RNG manipulate pretty much everything, but because it is very difficult, it's usually not worth it. Battles are a big example of that. Okay, I got a very lucky critical hit. Critical hits are a 6.25% chance.
I got no encounter, yeah.
Nice. See, sometimes that's a perfect example of sometimes you don't need to RNG manip because you can just hope for good luck. And usually getting lucky is faster than doing RNG manipulation because you don't have to save and quit, you don't have to try to hit like a frame perfect window or anything like that. So even though we could manipulate no encounters for the whole game without using things like repels, repels are items that disable encounters, it's not really worth it because you can just use a repel, which is not that, like, it's very easy to get repels, and it's faster than actually using RNG manipulation and all the complications that come with that. But we will use it a few more times throughout the run. A couple times in the early game, and then 1 time at the end of the game.
So the route then we are doing is actually a new route from 1 month today, I think.
Yeah, it's very new.
So that's why we are doing this submission too, to showcase the new route.
Yep.
And this route
it has
is actually
some similarities to the old route from several years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago now. But now we've made some updates to it.
This route looks like the Emerald route now. Pretty much. So the main difference is the second gym. We used to do the second gym at the beginning of the run, but now we are doing this gym like way after, just before the 5th one. And the reason why we are doing that is because the fight of the second gym is very, very difficult, and your dying chance are very high. So in a race or in a PB attempt, this is pretty much where you reset many times.
I got another crit on Calvin.
Can you please stop cheating?
Wow, 3-turn Calvin is very good.
This guy.
That fight is what we call a speed tie, which is where my Pokemon and the opponent's Pokemon have the same speed stat, which means that it's a 50-50 chance to go first each turn. There are a lot of Pokemon games that have sort of a choice in the order that you do things. I know in Gen 1 as well, you don't have to fight all the gym leaders in order. You can kind of choose your order for some of them. And so that is always a complicated routing decision. Because fighting them early is nice because you get it out of the way, and you get extra experience, which will make fights later on a lot easier. But because you're lower level, that fight itself, the early fight, will be harder. So it's difficult to choose which one is better, to do the gym early or late. And we've gone back and forth between that. Like Alwo said, Pokemon Emerald, which is another Gen 3 game with some some differences to Ruby and Sapphire. They have done late Brawly route for a long time now. And Sapphire has been doing early Brawly route for a while.
We didn't explain that, but the steps that you are doing in the overworld are very important to do the RNG manipulation. If we do many extra steps on the beginning, that will be a problem for the manip than we were doing in a few minutes, in a few seconds for Blue.
Yep.
Because in this game, there is a RNG check every 128 steps, so 128 steps, that will roll over the step count, and this is important for RNG manipulation, because if the counter is rolling over during your own manipulation, you get different outcome than if the step count does not roll over. And for some manipulation, it's very important to have this in the manip or out of the manip.
Yep. The very simple explanation for RNG in this game is that your RNG value, which is what determines all of the RNG outcomes, that value changes every frame, but it also changes when a random decision is made. So like an NPC chooses to move in a random direction, or you might randomly get an encounter. Or you take enough steps that your happiness increases. Movement there.
So we're gonna try to save and quit to catch our flyer man. It's a winger. And it's not a random wingle, because we are also manipulating the fact that this wingle has a high spear attack. We're gonna use this mon to beat the first trainer in the gym. Or at least to save time on the first trainer. We'll explain that later. So we are also manipulating the catch here. So we can catch this Pokemon full life in a Pokeball.
Yep. As long as you are good at your timing, that Wingull will always get in the ball, which is very powerful, obviously, because you can just catch things whenever you want.
I'm gonna save for this scary fight. I don't know why I'm saving in the grass, but at least I'm saving.
Yeah. Did you get first try Wingull?
Yes.
Okay. I got like third try, so that evened us back up. We're pretty much neck and neck now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got third try Mudkip, so yeah.
Yeah. This is a bad fight.
Yep.
You can talk about it if you want.
50% of your attempt is dying here. That's actually... Someone made a manipulation hitting the pooch first turn like I just did, but I'm not manipulating, I swear. Okay, now I'm missing. Yeah, so this mon has a sand attack, and sand attack reduces your accuracy, so... You are hoping for pretty much no sand attack in this fight. And I just crit the game. Wow, that was a 4-turn pooch. What the heck?
Nice. Yeah, but even without sand attack, tackle is actually 95% accurate in this game.
Yes.
Not 100% accurate, so I actually missed my very first tackle.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
I hope you
as
won't
long as
die.
I hit. Okay, we're
Nice.
through.
Alright, first try aqua pooch for both of us. Pretty good.
Yeah. You can definitely die to that fight.
Oh yeah.
It's sort of like a vicious cycle where you get sand attack, so then you start missing, and then because you're missing, it gives them more turns to sand attack, and then it just keeps going. And then it's also boosting its attack stat with Howl, and eventually just killing you.
So I'm just gonna grab some item in the overworld to sell those for more money. Because money will be very important for the first shop of the run. I also grab an ether in the forest to heal my my PP, my power points. Because we won't go to many centers in this run. We're gonna get one actually. One Pokemon center.
Yep. And then the bed heal, which acts as like a faster center.
So like I said, we are catching the Wingull for this fight also. So we can swap to Wingull and use Water Gun to damage the Geodude, making the HP pretty much perfect to OHKO the Mon with Mudkip.
Yeah. Mudkip is very, very good in this game. The only real downside is that it doesn't have a great move until level 10. And so this setup is perfect for getting there quickly. If you didn't have this Wingull setup, you would need to hit this Geodude like 8 times or 6 or something times. It's a lot of times with Mud Slap. And Mud Slap also drops accuracy, so it's got that extra animation. Very, very slow. But this turns it into a 2-turn, which is very nice. You can see you just barely get level 10 to learn Water Gun, and then the rest of the fight is free. Geodudes are actually ground and rock types, and both of those types are weak to water, meaning that Water Gun is actually doing 4 times the normal damage instead of just 2 times.
Okay.
So Geodudes really are no threat at all.
Here comes the gym leader fight. It's actually not a difficult fight, but this fight can go very wrong if Nospass decide to just not cooperate.
Yep.
We're gonna reach level 13 for the last mon, and we will adapt based on what we get about our HP or the outcome in turn 1. Since I'm full HP, I don't need to growl the Nospass. I will just spam Water Gun from here and hope a good fight and no critical. I don't know about your
unless
HP.
Unless you're at very high HP, a critical hit will usually just kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the main way you can die. You're usually not gonna die outside of a critical hit, but there are a lot of factors that can make this fight a lot faster or slower, even if you survive.
Oxan has
one of those
2
is potions. Yeah.
I'm like in a circle now where I need to wait until she doesn't have potion, then use a potion myself to survive 2 hits. And of course you miss, so I don't have torrent. Yeah, no cooperation.
The enemy AI usually likes to use speed lowering moves if it's slower than me, so like Rock Tomb. But I got very lucky and didn't get a single Rock Tomb. I only got Rock Throw, so I actually still outsped Nosepass throughout that whole fight. Usually, she'll Rock Tomb on one of the first turns, and then you'll be slower for the rest of the fight, meaning that you go second. And a mechanic that was very important there that we sort of skipped in the moment is Torrent. Torrent is Mudkip's ability, and that boosts your water type attacks by 50% if you are at less than, or if you're at 1/3 or less of your max HP. So I had 39 HP, so at 13 or less HP, I would take, or I would do 50% more damage with Water Gun. And that is huge. That's super, super important for a lot of fights in this run.
So in this run, we will need to avoid some specific trainers, like Blue is doing right now. Each trainer is different. We have many different type of trainer. Let's call them trainer A, B, and C. And we have also rotating trainers, like the first guy you saw on BluMagma stream. And we're gonna use a technique called run manip, where we run 2 tiles before the guys. So this way, he's gonna watch us arrive, and then we can bag manip. That means opening our bag, freezing some frames to have like a safe pass after that. So we're gonna use this technique a lot.
Yep. We call it a manip. It's not really an RNG manipulation like we've been doing for other things. We just call it that because it forces the NPCs to face a certain direction. You can imagine each NPC as having its own internal timer. And when that timer hits 0, it will randomly choose a direction to look.
Just got 10 attack on the pooch. No. I'm missing.
Yeah, so this is where... Uh-oh, I got the same thing.
And you're gonna
this is where torrent is important.
Of course you're gonna eat. I need 3 times. Damn.
If you have torrent for that fight, it's free. You always one-shot the Puchiana. But neither of us had torrent. But with the NPCs, when their timers hit 0, they choose a direction to look. But when you open and close a menu, like the bag, that timer gets reset. And so by doing that, you can safely pass them, because you can walk past them before their timer can reach 0. And that's how that works.
But a bag manip is also very slow compared to a run manip, so we will try to many run manip as we can, like this.
Yep.
And like this.
Oops.
I don't know if BluMagma is gonna eat Jose.
Normally we fight one of those trainers in the older route, but this newer route skips both of those trainers. So you have to do sort of new movement to avoid them. That movement, we do the same movement in any percent.
That's true. And on an emerald too.
And an emerald. But I've never run emerald, so I don't have as much muscle memory for that movement.
We'll probably also submit any percent, but we wanted to submit glitchless because, you know, it's like the vanilla games.
Yep. Yeah, glitchless is actually pretty similar to how a lot of people might have played their game casually.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot more optimization, but a lot of people like to, you know, they prioritize their starter Pokemon, get them very over-leveled, and use them as their main throughout the game. And then usually if there's like a cool legendary available, they'll pivot to the legendary at the end, which is exactly what this route does. So it's a very nostalgic route, actually. Very nostalgic speedrun. So it's a lot of fun, especially if you played these games as a kid.
Time for the shopping. Gonna buy some super potions, some repel to avoid encounters, and our first X item to make the speedrun more easy to go.
Yep, X items can be used in battle to temporarily boost your Pokemon's stats for that battle, or until they switch out.
Oh, you forgot to beat Cindy.
Oh, true. That's better if you don't have Torrent. Yep.
So here, we need to take a decision of fighting an extra optional to get the experience. But you don't one-shot every time the Pokemon on blue screen right now, so it's like a range. Of course he gets
Okay.
it.
Optimal.
Yeah. Yeah, doing what Blue did is actually optimal, because I need to wait for this guy to turn and do a full bug manip to freeze those frames we talked about earlier. And we're gonna take the boat, because we rescued this guy, and to thanks us, he can draw us to the next island. And I keep not remember the name of the town.
Duford.
Duford.
Alright, and then we're doing our last RNG manipulation for a little while. There won't be any more manipulation for about an hour or so after this.
If you know Pokemon, you know then catching an Abra is very hard, because he has an attack called Teleport. So if you don't catch it on the first turn, it's pretty much dead.
Yep, teleport is a move that lets you flee from the battle immediately, and so Abra will just do that. Abra is also rare, it's only a 10% encounter, so RNG manipulation is very much worth it because you can guarantee the encounter and guarantee the catch like that.
Nice.
And we run through Granite Cave. It is still dark. There's a mechanic called Flash, which is a move that you can learn that lights up the cave a little bit more.
It's actually the TM than the guy on the beginning of the cave gives you, right?
Yes, so you can get it very easily, but we're speedrunners. That's slow, so we just memorized the layout instead. I think that was actually a perfect Granite Cave. I don't think I bonked at all.
I bonked a lot, thanks to...
Yeah, doing a perfect Granite Cave in the dark is actually pretty difficult, even if you've practiced it as much as we have. In any percent, we actually need a higher level Abra, so we have to extend that manipulation later into the cave, which makes it a lot harder, because then in that first room it's pretty easy, you're not in the dark, and it's pretty short. But as you go down the levels, it gets darker, it's more likely that you're gonna bump into walls and mess things up. Your movement has to be perfect when you do RNG manipulations, because if you bonk on something, you're gonna waste a few frames, and
Are you getting the
every time
revive
a
on
frame
the
goes
left?
by... yes.
Okay.
Thanks for reminding me, I almost forgot.
Yeah. So yeah, compared to any percent, it's very good to not have the dark side of the manip.
Yep. I actually almost forgot the soft sand. Because in any percent, you do not get soft sand in any percent. Soft sand is an item that you can equip to your Pokemon, so you don't need to use it in a battle like X items. It's just permanently on until you remove it. And soft sand specifically boosts ground type moves by 10%, which is pretty good. In later generations, those types of items were boosted to 20%. It would be even better, but 10% is still worth it. Another thing that boosts your stats by 10% is your nature. Natures are also a thing that was introduced in this generation. And our Mudkip has a naughty nature. And what that means is it has 10% higher attack and 10% lower special defense. Which is actually very good.
This fight is very, very scary. That's why we saved just before. We need to pass this guy. but we also need to leave the 2 fight with a specific amount of HP, because the rival 2 fight is very specific. I believe we both got a very good fight. I'm leaving with 34.
I left with 8.
Oh. But since
So
we
I'll just
evolve...
heal before arrival. Oh, true.
we do evolve, and maybe you don't need... You need to heal during, except if you have 14 or less. You can push.
Yeah. This is a super good example of the differences in the early Brawly route, the old route, versus this newer late Brawly route. By doing this, the early Brawly fight, you're already a Marsh Stomp before this set of Team Aqua Grunts. But because we didn't do Brawly, we only get to evolve for the second set of the second fight. So that first fight becomes a lot more dangerous.
I got the confusion.
Similar concept, our next fight, we're gonna have to use 3 X attacks instead of 2 X attacks with the older route. So you can see where things get slowed down by not doing the fight earlier, the Brawly fight earlier, but it will pay itself back later because the Brawly fight itself will be that much faster.
I had to double tackle the last fish because I had too much HP. But I was confused at the same time, so that was very scary. I'm leaving the fight with 12 HP, so I can use a potion to be at 32, so that's pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
The next fight is gonna be the harder of the early game for sure. One of the fights you really don't like as a speedrunner of this game.
Yep.
Because many things can go wrong, especially with the new route, because you need to set up yourself 2 extra turns, I believe.
Usually it's only 1 extra turn, unless Numal hits you too much. The old route did 2 X attacks, 1 X speed, but this route does 3 X attacks.
Okay.
I could die here. Nice.
So
Numal will almost always use tackle.
Unless go higher than 37 HP.
Yep. Yeah, the AI for the opponents does actually read your HP, and it will use different moves depending on how high or low HP you are. So we intentionally want to be at a lower level. Oh, do I need a potion at 9 HP here?
It's your play 7 to 9 for the quick attack.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't sure if the rolls were different with the new route.
I got tackle crit from the Numal. Entering
You
revive at 41. It's bad.
Okay. That's bad. So you might need to potion out of
2
quick
HP.
attack range.
And I miss my shot. Wow.
Oh, so that's just a dead run.
The
A
missing
dead
Machot
fight.
means the Grovile is actually faster than you, so you cannot attack before him. So you fuck, because he's gonna attack you over and over. And you don't have enough HP to tank 2 attacks from him, so it's like a dead run.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do if you miss one shot. This game is full of 95% chances. tackle is 95%, mudshot is 95%. And really it doesn't seem that bad, but if you run this game, you start to realize how bad 95% actually is when you use it so many times throughout the run. It's pretty unlikely to hit every single one of your tackles and mud shots for an entire run.
And he crit tackle again, wow! But he did eye roll me this time. Alright, don't miss mud shots. So in this situation I need to potion because the Grovile will see I have 6 HP and use quick attack. And that should be a win.
Yep. Now we're at the point in the game where we start unlocking some new mechanics. One of them is the Mach Bike, which is the bike that you get in this game. There's actually a choice of two bikes, but Mach Bike is the faster one, so of course we use it. And it is very fast. It's hard to control, so it takes a lot of practice. You start out slow, but then you accelerate to your top speed after a little while. So it's important not to stop or bonk wherever possible so that you can keep that top speed and avoid slowing back down to your slower speed. We also get Rock Smash, which is a HM. HMs are like special moves that are required to progress through the game.
Like the ability to cut a tree, the ability to break a rock, to surf, to fly.
Yep.
And each
Some of them are very good.
Yeah, keep going.
Some of them are very good, and yeah, like Alwo said, you unlock the ability to use them after each badge. So after this gym leader, will unlock the ability to actually use Rock Smash outside of battle to break rocks. And some of them are very bad in battle. Rock Smash is only 20 power, which is very bad. But some of them are very, very good, like Surf is, I believe, 95 power.
Yeah. That will be the stab we will use through the late game. So stab means same type attack bonus. You get a 50% bonus if you are using an attack which has the same type as the Pokemon you're using. So Surf is water type, Marshtomp is water type, so the stab works. That's also the case for Mudshot. It's a ground type, and when Mudkip evolves, he gets the double type water and ground. That's also very useful for this gym specifically, because this is an electric type gym. And ground Pokemon are immune to electric attacks, so that's very good for us. There's still a chance then we can die to this gym. That's why BluMagma is saving. Because we can get a 10% self-destruct attack from the Voltorb. Which is very unlikely to happen, but happened to me 3 times in a row 2 days ago, and yesterday again. So, better to say.
You can also get Supersonic, which confuses you, gives you a chance to hit yourself. And if that happens enough times, you can also lose. You can also miss Mudshot, which gives them more turns to hit you.
I got bite from the Meditake, but I missed Mudshot.
No.
I believe you got rollout?
Sonic Boom miss.
Nice, even better.
Yeah. Although, does this mean I can get, can I get Supersonic from Wingull now?
What HP do you have?
45.
I think it's Confusion is likely to happen if you have more than the half of your HP.
Yeah. I think that's right.
I believe you can save before CTB, or you can just do the full HP fight, X attack on Roselia, and use the heal, the full heal if you need to. Because you can tank one Mega Drain from full. So this run is very good for decision making. You have pretty much always good races between players, because someone is gonna die in the early game, someone is gonna die in the late game, someone is gonna get all the money first try, other doesn't. You have many different outcomes during a race, so that's pretty good to see.
Yeah, this game has a good mix of execution. So like on your mock bike, you want to do good movement to avoid losing time. Lost some time there, like that. So that's ways that you can catch up over time. And then also reducing your risk, deciding how safe you want to play things, and making the right decisions in the moment based on the situation is also very important.
Did I really miss much shot against the Magneton and die? Man, this game hates me.
I just showed off the first reason why we caught Abra earlier. It's because teleport can actually be used outside of battle to return to the last Pokemon Center that you entered. And then that was our first example of sort of a tricky movement called a run to bike. And what that is you run up close to a NPC. Oh, I forgot to save. Oh well. We'll see what happens. You run close to an NPC like a spinner. You pause for a short bit, enough to let yourself get on the bike. And then get on the bike within a short period of time, and then start moving again. And if you do that correctly, the spinner can never see you, so you won't have to fight them.
So you didn't get confusion?
I did not.
Your RNG is pretty good on this run.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky so far. My early game was pretty fast. Yeah, I crit Rival 1, I crit Calvin. You had a good Aqua Pooch fight.
Yeah, that's the only thing good.
Yeah. Everything else has been pretty good so far. My museum. Watson Gym. All of that was pretty good.
And I got the rock
This is
smash
actually
encounter. Wow.
Wow, that's a 10% chance. If you don't have a repel active.
Like, this game doesn't like.
And here I'm doing my last shopping section of the entire run, actually. We get a bunch of money items, the HP up and the nugget, sell for a lot. And then we buy everything that we need, pretty much. This section here is probably one of the hardest biking sections in the run. It's not incredibly hard in terms of execution, but the thing is, if you mess up, it's very risky because there's a lot of places where a spinner can see you. So even though there are other places that are also difficult, the worst case is that you're gonna slow down a little bit on your bike. But this is a place where you can easily hit an optimal trainer.
I did save before this trainer because I have 15 HP. And I don't want to heal. So I'm just gonna hope for getting the speed tie. Because this is actually a speed tie between him and me. And I'm not getting the speed tie. Wow. Twice in a row.
That was a difference in this new route, is that we actually used that Pokemon Center to heal to full. Oh, I hit the cable car hicker. Unlucky. Meant to be a tile more to the right, and then I was gonna do a run-to-bike setup to pass him safely. But I was one too far to the left, and didn't react in time.
I did get the speed tie the third time. Nice. You can progress through the game. I hope it's not gonna be a problem for you, because maybe you will reach level 24 for Golbat, so careful to the heal range and careful to Norman for level 32 for the slacking.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
If you have one level, it matters a lot, because you will hit the heal range.
On slacking?
Yeah, the second one. I got that with Chippy the other day during the race.
Like you don't kill or you do too much damage?
No, you do too much.
I thought you were the same level as Old Route. Maybe you have extra XP.
No, I mean with the optional you got.
Oh.
Maybe it's not enough, so maybe you're good.
I hit an optional yesterday and it was fine.
Okay.
I'll probably need to potion before Archie though. I took some damage.
My biking is not good as blue. Hopefully I won't hit anyone. I need some time save. So yeah, about the story related, someone stole the meteorite and bring the meteorite at the top of the volcano to do something with it. So we're gonna try to save the people, you know, one more time.
Yep, there are sort of two evil teams in this game, but it depends on which version you play. So in Sapphire, we fight against Team Aqua, and then Team Magma is also sort of an evil team, but they're generally just trying to stop Team Aqua. And then it's reversed in Pokemon Ruby. Team Aqua wants to fill the world with more water, and then Team Magma wants to fill the world with more land. is kind of the short explanation of what they're trying to do. So they're here at the volcano to try to use it to reduce the amount of land in the world. This fight is the first use of an item called Guard Spec, which is a pretty powerful item. It prevents your stats from being dropped by opponents, which is pretty nice for things like Sand Attack. Oh. Okay, I was too high for Golbat.
See? That's the fate.
It might still kill, actually. Close. Yeah, so we should have tackled. Or no, we don't have tackle anymore. I guess water gun. I lost some time on that fight because we had to watch those healing cutscenes a couple times.
Oh yeah. Dying to this fight is pretty bad. So you didn't win the fight, right?
Yep, I'm through. Yeah, the
So
Team
I don't
Magma
know if you
leader.
explain about the switching.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So for this specific fight, we are not using our main Pokemon for the lead. The only reason is we're gonna use an item called Guard Spec that will prevent every status move to happen and to affect our Pokemon. So we're gonna use like pretty much the CS class, the Slave Mon to do that. Because Guard Spec is for the whole team and not only for the Pokemon on the screen.
Yep. Leading with Wingull also causes Intimidate, which is Mightyana's ability, to affect Wingull instead of Marshtomp.
Very.
And that means that we don't have to set up more X attacks. Intimidate lowers your Pokemon's attack by 1 stage. It's a very good ability. So we do a lot to avoid it wherever possible. I'm now on the Flannery fight, which would normally be the 4th gym that you fight, but because we are delaying the Brawly gym, this is actually our 3rd gym badge. The Slugma can use 3 different moves randomly. Light Screen is the best of them, so I'm happy about that. It's the fastest and the least impactful. Torkoal is the scary part. Torkoal has Body Slam, which has a 30% chance to paralyze, which is very dangerous, and it has Overheat, which even though we resist it, it does a lot of damage. It also has Attract, which works on opposite gender Pokemon and gives you a 50% chance to just fail your move. I got Attract, but I won the coin flip, and so that was actually a very good fight.
Yeah. You didn't get a single bad fight.
Yeah. Yeah, my only bad fight was misplaying. It was my fault on Archie.
I told you that will happen. You didn't listen.
Yeah. I didn't realize the XP was that close.
So now for blue is gonna be movement section pretty much. So the goal here is to reach the 5th gym, and we're gonna go to the 2nd gym on the way, since we skipped it earlier.
Yep, the routes are pretty close to realigning. At least for the most part. Cool little setup there to barely pass that rotator right after she spins.
And I got flamethrower crit. Nice.
Oops, I went the wrong way. This is a little awkward.
I should have gone with one actually.
Need to think about what I'm doing here. I think I have to do this.
Sunny day. I need to remember them. Okay, good. I got flamethrower crit, but I didn't die. Happy me.
My muscle memory took over a little bit there, and I did old route movement. So I had to use an extra super repel, but it should be okay.
Based on if you are leading the race or not, I think early shot is a good call here, especially if you
early
don't have
herb
the full
shop.
heal. Yeah, especially if you don't have the full heal.
Yeah.
So when Blue said that was the final shop, he lied. Because this is the final
it's the
shop.
final mart.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So
the final shop with a blue roof.
So the herb shop is actually one of the best shop ever, but the bad outcome is your Pokemon get less happiness using this item. But do we care about happiness here? Nah.
No. There are a few Pokemon games where it's actually relevant, but it's not relevant for this route at all.
And yet, I did the wrong movement in the desert, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So you can see how easy that Brawly fight is. Literally just 2 turns, both things are O-code. If we did this fight early, like in the old route, it would take like, it can take like 6 or 7 turns on a good fight. With a bad fight, it can take even more than that. Alwo hit the Plusle Mining Trainer. Unfortunate. When you're going fast, there's only really one tile spot to go down where she can't see you. And the Mach Bike moves 4 frames, or 1 tile every 4 frames. So it's very hard to do that correctly and optimally.
I should have just bonk on the left. You didn't want to, but yeah. That's the safe play. It's fine, it's fine.
Yep, now we've both hit one optional, so it evens out.
True.
Although I'm getting better luck.
It's fine, I will get the luck back on Norman's. Did you save it for this fight?
Yeah, I did, I think.
Okay.
Norman is the scariest split of the entire run.
Really?
At least in terms of RNG.
I would say TNL.
I would say you're more likely to die on Norman.
Yeah, I guess.
TNL is scary.
I guess.
TNL is hard. And there is still a pretty high chance that you die, but it's not as high.
I mean, if you buy Revive before TNL, it's unlikely to die. Just revive a slave every turn, you know, and you win. It's a matter of if you want to go fast. So yeah, in this gym, where Blue is at the moment, it's pretty hard to get good lucks on every fight, because it's not like waging KO every mon, it's more about dropping their speed and then doing damage.
Oh, I don't know. Tried to save a strength PP, but I didn't.
Oh, what again kill only in torrent?
Yeah, I should have water gunned. Okay.
Oh, you did
I
rock
used
smash?
rock smash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah. I should have just strengthed again, but I had been sand attacked, so I didn't want to miss. But that's okay.
So Blue did the half of the gym already, so he has a pretty good lead.
Because I have the lead, I'm gonna save for Zangoose.
Yeah, I think it's
Play it-
especially
play
if
it
you don't
ultra
have the
safe.
revive. Yeah.
I still have one revive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get the Winona revive.
I don't even know where that is.
No, you do. You do. Before the Kikleon section, you know. In the grass.
No, I have no idea where.
Really? Oh,
No. Revives are not common in the actual, like, doing speedrun attempts. Because if you're going for a good time, you'll usually just reset if you get knocked out. But they're very good for safety strats in a race setting.
yeah.
So I know a couple of them, but yeah, I'm not very familiar with all of them.
I'm gonna need to Ether after this fight. Ether and probably him. So this Delcati is very annoying because he has a Sing, he has a Tract, like this. Yeah, and now yeah. Okay. Please eat. Come on, bro. Now I'm sleeping, which is annoying. Might just sell that by him. Come on. Thanks.
So I'm on the Norman fight. Norman has 2 Slackings and a Vigoroth. Slacking is crazy. Slacking has the stats of basically a legendary Pokemon, but it's nerfed very hard by its ability Truant, which means that it can only act every other turn. So it hits very hard, but then you get the next turn to take advantage of it by setting up X items, things like that. I crit Vigoroth, which is very nice.
Stop cheating!
I did get double yawn on slacking 1.
Oh, poor you.
Not good. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not that bad, but it's a little bit slower. Oh, I crit the second slacking, but it lived. That's uncommon. I got a bad first roll. Each move, anytime you use a damaging move, at least most of them, they have 16 different damage values that they can actually do. And so each one of those has a 1 in 16 chance, so you can get a higher damage roll or a lower damage roll. And it's just RNG. At the lowest roll, you're doing 85% of what your normal damage would be, and if you get the highest roll, you're doing 100% of what your damage should be, and then the rest are in between. Alright. Honestly, any Norman where you survive is a good Norman in this game. So, I'm not complaining.
What's your Norman split? 105?
105. 105.11.
But this Angus is actually pretty bad if you miss the range. I got a good roll, so I just need to not miss. Nice. So I just need to save for Norman now and I'm likely to go.
Now that I'm done with Norman, I'm getting one of the best moves in the game. Talked about that earlier. Surf. It's an HM, so it's mandatory anyways, but it's also very powerful.
Come on, just super repel and surf for me. You know, in PB attempt, I think I will do that. Just YOLO the full grass. Just keep it moving. If I'm desperate.
Surf far outclasses our water gun. It's more than twice as powerful. Very, very good. You'll notice that we pick up quite a few rare candies throughout the run. Rare candies are one of the best items in Pokemon. They immediately raise your Pokemon's level by 1. And as you get to higher levels, you need more and more experience to level up. So rare candies become that much more valuable because they can just skip all of that experience, and get you to a higher level, do more damage, take less damage, all that good stuff. That's pushed to extreme in any percent, which has a glitch where you can duplicate items, and so we duplicate a bunch of rare candies in the glitched run.
Nice movement.
Yeah, pretty good except for right at the end. That's another very hard movement section. And you can hit optional trainers if you're not careful. So yeah, it's a little bit scary for sure. You also might have noticed I was getting off the bike sometimes and then getting back on the bike. That long grass it actually prevents you from biking through it. So you have to get off the bike, walk through the grass, and then get back on the bike.
Alright, I passed Norman too.
Very nice. I'm intentionally using my last mud shot on this fight instead of the next fight, because missing on this fight is not too bad. Okay, I'm getting unlucky here. Wow, okay. Missing on that fight isn't too bad, but missing on this fight can be very bad. So I'm gonna use Strength, which is a little bit slower, but it doesn't miss. This is also my last Strength, so worked out perfectly. We're gonna get a full heal after this.
So maybe you can explain why the bad people are here in this institution. They heard about a Pokémon controlling the weather.
Yeah. So again, Team Aqua's goal is to fill the world with more water. That's their vision. And this place is called the Weather Institute. And so they study weather, they study technologies that can control weather in this place. And there's a Pokemon that they've been working on that has some weather type powers, and that is Cast Form. Changes forms based on the weather, as you saw there. Using a couple rare candies. And because we got to save the scientists, they actually give us a Cast Form for free, because they have plenty of them.
Ah. I swear it's only 4 times. Can I just heal it?
Cast Form on its own is not very good. At least from a speed standpoint.
But
it's only level 25, which is not very good. Its stats are very bad, its moves are very bad. But it comes holding a Mystic Water, which is very good. It's similar to Soft Sand by boosting moves by 10%, except instead of boosting ground-type moves, it boosts water-type moves. So now we have items that boost both of our stabs, so ground and water. And stacking boosts like that is really powerful. You can get things like Torrent, which will boost your water-type moves by 50%, and then Stab is another 50% on top of that, and then another 10% with the Mystic Water. So you get a whole bunch of boosts and do a lot of damage with that. Cast Form also has the move Rain Dance, which can set up rain. It doesn't always play a role, but sometimes it does. And Rain also boosts your water-type moves by 50%. So you can get so many 50% boosts on your water-type moves that they take out almost anything.
I hope to get a good Shelly, catch up a little bit.
Really, the main thing that can differ on the Shelly fight is the Mightyena. Unless you miss Mudshot, I was just gonna go for Strength to play it safe. Or I might have been out of Mudshots.
Yeah, I did same than you. I don't want to miss this fight.
Yeah. So really, it comes down to the Mightyena. It is a 50-50 between using Swagger, which is slow, and Bite, which is fast.
I would just hit Surf. No, and I got
That's
Swagger.
also an option.
Okay, I'm just gonna YOLO it. 50-50. Come on. Of course not. I don't want to die. I'm just gonna heal.
Here's our first look at one of my favorite Pokemon, Kecleon. Shout out to Blue Jay.
Shout out to BluMagma.
We're just gonna run away from it because Steven is impressed regardless. Finds our battle style intriguing.
Another execution split here with the bike. You have many bike movement to do. Some run to bike to perform too.
Yep, I love this movement section. It's very satisfying. Oh my god. I almost messed up the Jessica run the bike. I managed to react in time somehow. That's the last run to bike of the run, so it's pretty unlikely that we hit any more optimals from that point.
On
if you're playing,
yeah, good point.
If you're paying close attention, you might have seen I went to the right and then back to the left, seemingly for no reason. But if you were paying really close attention, you might have seen the word Lily Cove City come up and then go away immediately. So that triggers the flag for have visited Lily Cove, and you need to do that so that you can fly there later. So we take that short detour so that later on we can just fly there instead of biking all the way back.
What was your level 3 time speed?
1:12:28.
Yeah, pretty much 3 minutes behind you.
Yep. So, yeah, I have a little bit of a lead, but it's definitely still winnable for either of us.
Oh yeah. I'm counting on TNM.
Yeah, if I get late into a fight, like if I'm on one of the last turns of a fight and then I get an unlucky crit and die, that could be, you know, most of the time difference right there.
That's actually why we are why I have 3 minutes behind you.
Yeah, Alwo died on a couple
too,
fights
yeah.
and got pushed back all that time. But that's also why we're saving for a lot of the fights, because Sapphire is one of the most brutal Pokemon speedruns in terms of RNG. Almost every fight has a chance of killing you. So we take the safety of saving as opposed to potentially dying and then either screwing up our route with items. We might run out of items if we didn't save. Or we might have to run all the way back or bike all the way back to whatever section we were at. It's one of my favorite menuing sections there. Honestly, one of my favorite parts about this game is the menuing. Some of the other games, even in Gen 3, like Fire Red and Leaf Green, have quite a bit of lag when you do things like selecting a move or selecting an item in your bag, for example. But Sapphire has almost no lag, so you're really just limited to how fast you can press the buttons in the right order, which is pretty fun.
Alright, so like Blue said, we remove the Mystic Water on the gas farm to equip on Marshtomp. He's gonna beat this Swablu and use a last rare candy to evolve. This way we're gonna be level 36 against Winona.
almost rare candied my Abra. That would have been pretty bad. Everyone's done something like that once in their runs. Or if you press B during an evolution, it cancels the evolution. Everyone's done that at least once. It's a rite of passage. I try to take my hands off the controller completely while I'm watching the evolution.
Yeah, I do that for the evolution. Because my GBA just fell 2 days ago. I grabbed the GBA SP on the floor, pressing B, and I canceled the evolve. I was so mad.
Classic.
That was dead run.
Yeah, there's very few rare candies available in the game, so all of them are important, and if you use one and then don't evolve, you're kind of out of luck, because you would need to use another rare candy to evolve. Yeah, Rubentus has never canceled an Evo because he's God Gamer. This gym is an example of... Oh, I misplayed this. Oh well. Unlucky. This gym is an example of time loss from Torrent, or from not having Torrent. I didn't use the X-Spec. Just restarting. Because I didn't have Torrent, that Surf did not kill. I accidentally used an X attack instead of an X special. That was my mistake. This gives Alwo a little bit of a chance to catch up.
Thanks, friend. I need that.
But if we had Torrent, I would have been fine, because we wouldn't need the X special. X special, using it once increases your special moves, so in this case water type moves, by 50%, and Torrent does the same thing. So Torrent is effectively a free X special.
Better to have both, actually.
Yes, they do stack.
Any range. Wow, I got sing by the Swablu.
Okay, I want... It's good. I now have Torrent, because 1/3 of my HP is 42, if you round down. I'm at or below that, so this actually makes Skarmory guaranteed. With only one boost, with Torrent or X Special, it's a 12 in 16 chance. But with both, it's guaranteed. Nice. No Dragon Dance, just Earthquake. Probably just gonna Energy Powder here.
How much HP do you have?
16.
I guess you could potion.
Yeah, I could potion, but then the thing is, if I take damage, then I won't have a potion for TNL.
True.
Yeah. It's always tricky when you only have one small potion, deciding whether to use it on this split, or potentially after Matt, or after Zatu. It's a lot of places where you want to have little potions. There's a lot of decision making around what type of healing item to use. Some things only heal 20 HP, some heal 50, some heal 200. But when you want to keep Torrent for certain fights, you want to stay at low HP, but you want to be at high enough HP that you survive incoming attacks. So there's always a balancing act with keeping Torrent, especially at this point in the game.
Okay, did misplay here.
Nice dodge from Alwo. Supersonic is 55% accurate.
Nice. Just need to
There's a small chance I get an encounter here.
get range. 12 on 16, chance to die. Nice.
We're now in Aqua Hideout. This is Team Aqua's headquarters. It's where they plan all their evil stuff. So we're trying to stop them. They stole a submarine and took it here. So we're gonna try to get the submarine back before they do nefarious things with it. I'm not gonna save here because even if I get crit, I believe
You have the
can't
revive
die.
anyway.
And yeah, and I have the revive.
Yeah, I completely forget to grab the revive on this platform. Maybe I should have done that.
Used focus energy. That's okay. Kinda would have preferred crunch,
At least you're safe for Samantha now.
but yeah, it's safer.
You have to save for Samantha pretty much.
That's true. Yeah, because I can revive. That's a good point. Although,
And you-
yeah,
you
reviving
revive
is
from
weird
2.
because
Right? Oh,
no, I do.
you have less than 70. Yeah.
Yeah, I have less than 75.
You will get wish and wish. Trust.
I actually want one Nightshade. My HP is too high right now. TNL is one of the most sensitive fights in the game in terms of even things before the fight mattering.
Especially because this is a double fight.
Yep.
Not a
This is the
single battle.
only required double battle in the game. Emerald has a lot more, but Ruby and Sapphire only have this one as a required double battle. And there's twice as many Pokemon on the field at a given time, twice as many moves happening, so it's significantly harder to play everything perfectly. There's so much more that can go wrong. There's so many more things to consider. So in terms of execution, this is probably the hardest fight in the run. Getting every turn correct on this fight is pretty hard. It takes a lot of practice. There are long documents that try to cover everything that you need to know for this fight, but it's hard to account for everything. So this Xatu is a run killer if you're going for top level times. It is random AI. It has 3 different moves it can use. Nightshade always does damage equal to the user's level, so it'll always do 37 HP. And because you want low HP before the Tate and Liza fight, you sort of have to gamble on... Usually you'll be out of range of 1 Nightshade killing you, but 2 Nightshades will often kill you, and you can't really heal around it, because if you don't get Nightshade, then you'll have high HP for TNL. So there's a 1 in 9 chance that it uses Nightshade twice, and that almost always kills you. I got 0 Nightshades, which is unfortunate. 2, 1, and 3 chances to use Nightshade.
I'm gonna get this max elixir because I miss Surf a lot on Winona's fight.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
And I'm gonna
So I have bad
BluMagma.
HP for this fight, so this might be a chance for Alwo.
I have exactly the same amount of you. I mean, I have 76. But it's still scary if I don't get 0 Nightshade.
Yeah.
So yeah, for now, the goal is to manage the fight without getting too much damage on Swampert. And more about our slave mod on the side.
HP is so important because most trainers in this game, their AI will always use a damaging move if they see that it will knock you out. And that's really nice because it prevents them from using other more annoying moves, like setup moves, for example. Now, I'm not in that position, so Lunatone can do things like Calm Mind, which is really bad. So I'm in a pretty bad position already.
Oh, you get Solar Beam and Hypnose?
Yep. Solar Beam and Calm Mind.
Okay.
So I have to use Dive to avoid Solar Beam from Solrock.
Hopefully for us, Dive plus Surf on the Solar Rock is guaranteed.
Yes.
And I got 0 Nightshade too. Damn. 79.
Alright, so we're both gonna have rough fights, potentially. You used again. Okay, this is good. I'm going to Surf, and then Lunatone can still kill me, so I'm gonna heal again. Surf will kill Solrock. It'll do a little bit to Lunatone. I crit Lunatone. That's okay, but it's kind of bad because now Lunatone will heal.
Yeah, but
it's definitely not that bad.
Yeah, it's a win from
It's
here,
a lot
I
better
think.
than dying. Yeah. Wingull will get a lot of levels, but it's okay. You want to have Castform get the XP because you won't spend all this time leveling up. But it's all right. We're not in Torrent, unfortunately. But we should guaranteed win here because I believe 2 Surfs will kill.
Maybe Surf, Strength Surf, yeah. If at +1.
With the water gun chip, I think it'll kill. Yeah.
Oh, what again? Ah, here's my chance to catch up.
It's actually very rare that Wingull will stay alive for that whole fight.
The whole fight.
That's very unlikely.
Alright, it's my turn.
Each opponent has it targets you randomly, so it has a 50% chance to target Swampert and a 50% to target Wingull, which makes things even more complicated. But they never ended up targeting Wingull, which is how they managed to survive. Alwo got Wingull right away.
I'm gonna use Surf and a heal powder on Swampert to prevent the sleeping. I'm just gonna... Here we go, perfect. Be a Sol Rock OHK on the next turn. Flamethrower, survive, that's perfect.
That's nice.
I shouldn't have played that, I should have dived Sol Rock. Yeah. Double surf on the Sol Rock when there are 2 men on the field is not guaranteed, so I shouldn't have done that. I think the Rain Dance was also a misplay here. But that should be a win. Yeah. Alright, I played bad, but that's a win. I should have...
Yep. This is... Yeah. This is another fight where, especially in a race, you're kind of just happy if you survive.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like Norman.
1 second from my goal. Wow. Yeah, I can improve this split by a lot. Alright, here's the last section with Swampert. We're gonna reach Archie 2 fight. And before this fight we have the Shelly fight, then BluMagma is gonna do in a few seconds. This fight can be very scary, because you cannot one-shot the first mon. And he can deal a lot of damage to
very
you.
Nice. I'm intentionally using Surf because Surf does not make contact, which means I won't take rough skin damage. I wouldn't have died to rough skin, but if he had gotten more damage, yeah, if he had used crunch, there's a chance that I would have died to rough skin. Torrent is very nice because now this Mightyena will die. Otherwise, it's only a 36% chance without Torrent. Very bad. If you don't kill that Mightyena, it's very slow.
Very good Shelly for you, actually.
Yeah, that was very nice. I feel like I never get Torrent for Mightyena. The Sharpedo just uses a random move, and one of the... Spike. Not in the right mindset. Yeah, the Sharpedo uses random moves, so it's very hard to guarantee Torrent while also not dying. But sure, you could just hope for the 50-50 of taunt instead of a damaging move, but it's very hard to risk that this late into a run. Shelly and Archie 2 are pretty much the last, like, very scary runs, or very scary fights of the run. There are still ways that you can die after this, but it's a lot less likely. Takedown is strange. This is where guard spec is super nice, avoiding the scary face, which would drop our speed. That's an unfortunate swagger. I'm hoping for... Okay, that's good. Okay. Now, I just need to not get crit and I win. But... Nice, okay. That's Archie 2. And Aloe is not too far behind, actually. He's just about to start Archie 2.
Yeah.
Only less than 2 minutes behind after Tate and Liza, actually.
Oh, really?
Yep.
$38.14?
Yep.
So now we kick Archie's ass. He realized what he did was wrong, and he actually asked us to help him.
Yep. He thinks that using the red orb on the blue Pokemon is what will help him control it for whatever reason. And it does not. It just makes Kyogre more angry. Kyogre flies out of the cave and starts going crazy. So
I mean, the money is blue. Why would you use the braid shit, you know?
Yeah. The Team Aqua and Team Magma are not very smart. Depending on... In Sapphire, they definitely make Team Aqua look more dumb, and then the same for Magma on Ruby version. But yeah, neither of the teams are all that intelligent. For whatever reason, they think that either filling the world with water is good or no water is good. There's probably room for nuance there. Maybe some amount of water is good, but maybe not all of it. Nice. Aloe had a clean Archie too as well.
Yep. Yeah, 1 minute 40 behind you. Catch up a little.
Definitely possible. One of the hardest tricks of the run is coming up. And each time you miss it, you lose about 45 seconds.
My only hope is you miss or you accept to get the bad RD. And I get the mic first try.
So we're given the opportunity to actually catch Kyogre. We need to calm him down. And so we're gonna enter a battle with him. You don't actually have to catch Kyogre or even defeat Kyogre to progress the story. You can just run away, which is what any percent does. But in Glitchless, our Swampert is sort of at its peak. It's plateaued a little bit. It's not really strong enough to take on the Elite Four, at least not very quickly. But Kyogre, being a legendary, is very strong and is very good against the Elite Four.
He has like a very strong ability called Drizzle. We can make the rain for 5 turns, and the rain is actually...
Drizzle's permanent actually in this game.
Oh, permanent.
Yep.
So yeah, you have Drizzle to boost your water type. You have the Stab to boost your water type. You have the Mystic Water to boost your water type. And you have the amazing stats and the nature that allows you to have the best spear attack ever. So you have a pretty big mon with you.
Kyogre is just so strong, even against resists.
Right,
so this is hard. This is a 4-frame window for the stats of the Kyogre to be good enough to beat the Elite Four, and then a 3-frame window for the Great Ball catch. It's normally like a 1% chance to get in the Great Ball, so it's very hard to RNG manipulate.
So it's actually not a 4-frame window, but we accept to get 4 different Kyogre. Like, we are aiming for one specific Kyogre on a specific frame, but around this frame there are few frames than we accept getting. Like, it's like a cluster we are aiming for. But if we can get the mild, so the frame perfect Kyogre, this is much better. So I believe Blue check his Kyogre, or that will be the surprise.
I got Calm. Calm is good, but yeah, mild is the best. Oops, don't touch that. Sorry.
Oh my god, the movement! That's not a good cave.
Yeah, Cave of Origin is very hard to do movement perfectly.
Alright, my turn. I need the mild. I need the mild. too early. Shame. Oh no. And now 1 frame early.
1 frame late.
Yeah. True. That's a bit sad, but whatever.
Yeah. This is very hard, Manip. Many runs have died to this. Many very good runs died to Kyogre.
Wow. Wasn't prepared for this. Since Blue is a good friend, he's not talking while I'm doing this manip, but maybe he should start doing it.
Yeah, calm the nerves, yeah. Yeah, usually people want complete focus for Kyogre. A 3 frame window, it's a little bit misleading for how for how difficult it sounds. Considering like we start the run with a 1 frame window, and then Wingull and Abra are generally 4 frame windows. So the 3 frame doesn't sound that bad, but it's actually a lot worse because the way that the RNG works is the amount of advancement actually doubles when you start the battle. So your timing will actually slightly change depending on what frame you entered the battle. So what Kyogre you get will change your timing slightly. And then when you go into the bag, the timing actually goes back to 1 advancement per frame. And so it also matters exactly what frame you enter the bag at. So there's a lot that goes into it that makes it a lot harder than just a 3 frame window. Like, it is technically a 3 frame window, but that actual timing that you need to hit will shift based on the rest of your on the earlier parts of your minute. So it's a lot harder than it sounds.
I got 0 shake 3 times in a row, so now I'm getting 1 shake. I don't even know if
I could be very early.
Yeah.
I think if you're like 3 or 4 frames early, you get 1 shake.
That's weird, never got this. Most of the time I'm like good on the catch, but then on the Kyogre. Maybe since I'm aiming too early for the Kyogre, my catch is not good anymore, you know?
Yeah, if you've adjusted your first offset to actually get the right Kyogre, then you might need to change the rest of your offsets. When I say offsets, there's a program that we use. It's basically just a glorified metronome that we can put a number into, and it will basically activate a metronome for that timer. And that gives us a consistent audio cue to time our inputs correctly.
I got it finally.
Nice. Do you know which one you got?
No, but I guess now I will check. Yeah, I got the mine.
Nice.
Little bit late, but yeah. I got the good one.
Mild is the best one. It basically has no damage ranges, so everything that you expect to die will die. However, Hardy, which is 1 frame earlier, is the theoretical fastest, but it has quite a few damage ranges. So on average, it's slower because you're pretty likely to miss at least one of those ranges, and then the opponent will heal up and it takes forever.
Why is it considered like the fastest?
You save a turn on Drake because you don't have to use an X speed to outspeed everything.
The
hasty
hasty
boost.
The hasty.
Hasty.
Okay. Yeah.
Was I saying Hardy?
Yeah, you said Hardy. I think.
Oh, sorry. I meant hasty. The hasty is the theoretical fastest because it has a plus speed nature instead of a plus special attack nature. So it outspeeds things without requiring an X speed for setup. But like I said, there's a lot of damage ranges. You can also outspeed Wallace's Pokemon after an X speed, which the other ones cannot do because a lot of their Pokemon have Swift Swim, which doubles your speed in the rain, and Kyogre sets up the rain for them. So, yeah, there's sometimes a downside to setting up rain because it does help. It helps both sides of the fight, not just your own. Okay, because I had to use the extra repel, I'm gonna get a couple of counters here at the end.
Oh. Where did you use the extra icon?
Before Brawly.
Oh, you
I
did
went the
Super
wrong
Repel
way
instead of
for a
regular.
little bit.
Okay. I did this mistake 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Now
So
I
I had a regular repel for the end of Victory Road, but it doesn't last the whole way. It lasted until the last section.
Alright, can I crit the Milotic maybe? Yeah, I just crit! Let's go! Of course it's today on this run!
Yeah. That's one of the few crits that's actually good from this point on.
Yeah.
Most things you don't want to crit because they're one-hit KO, and so the critical hit text will just lose time for no reason.
I think that was 6-try Kyogre for me. Something like this.
Yeah.
Not my best Kyogre manip.
Getting first try in a race is somewhat uncommon. I got 3rd try yesterday in yesterday's race.
Did you get the mile yesterday?
Hasty.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do the victory road. Blue is done with that, so he's gonna do his
finished.
He's gonna deposit all the Pokemon he has in the team to make the Hall of Fame faster. And he will start with Sydney. What's Steven?
Sydney. Yeah, we only need Kyogre from now on, so everyone else, thank you for your service. Been good. But time has come.
So the Sydney fight is actually very hard if you don't have the good Kyogre or one in the 4 cluster. You're getting outsped by some Pokemon, and this can go very well. Don't ask me why I know that.
Yeah.
The only time loss Blue can get is the snatch attack from Absol and the fake out from Shiftry. So let's hope he gets both of it.
Yeah, there's lots of like small things that can lose time from this point, but unless you're playing risky or you get really unlucky, it's pretty hard to die from here.
Are you sure?
I did get
I think
snatched.
you should ask Glacia about it.
Glacia can kill you, yeah. Steven too, depending, but it's very unlikely.
Yeah, I didn't die 3 times in a row in Elite 4. I didn't, never.
Okay, I got Snatch and Fake Out, so it's basically the slowest Sydney I could get.
Oh, with the AC? Cacturn is not a range? Edgar Cacturn. In there.
It is a range with Surf.
Even with the AC one? Okay.
Yeah, not with Mild. With Mild and Calm, it's guaranteed. Very important that we're able to one-shot that Dusclops. It has Curse, which cuts its own HP in half, and then causes our HP to be cut by 1/4 every turn. 1/4 of the maximum, so you'll basically just die in 4 turns, unless you heal. And it only ends if you switch out, and we don't have anyone to switch to. So, pretty important that we're able to one-shot that Dusclops. That's a big consideration in any percent as well. It was a big part of our routing. So how do we avoid Curse from Dusclops? This Dusclops will not get one shot, so we weaken it with Shockwave first. I actually crit.
It amazed me that we can reach Elite 4 in less than 2 hours in this game.
Yeah.
It's so good.
This game is very fast. It's kind of why I chose it over Emerald. This was my first speed game ever. Sapphire is also cheaper to get secondhand.
Yeah.
A lot compared to Emerald. But I also like that it's like a little over a half hour shorter, which is fun.
It's good for
It really
attempts.
does feel like you're just flying through the game.
Yeah. The blue is gonna full heal his Kyogre before this fight and maybe save, because it's the hardest of the Elite Four.
Yeah. Glacia has RNG, even with the good Kyogres, like the best Kyogres, Glacia has RNG that can kill you. Because it has Body Slam, which we saw on Flannery.
Yep.
And it can be very bad, because if you get fully paralyzed...
Body Slams Flannery? Oh yeah, Flannery, not Winona.
Yeah,
yeah.
on Torkoal. Yep. If you get paralyzed, you're going to be slower, there's a chance you can't act, a whole bunch of stuff. So we need 2 X specials. The AI will always use Hail if Rain is active, which is kind of an interesting quirk. But it's actually pretty bad because now we no longer have that Rain to boost our damage. Okay, I got critical hit by Surf, or by Body Slam, but I did not get parried. So I'd actually much rather have... It's kind of funny, the crit is only like 6%, Body Slam is 30%. I would much rather take a crit than a para. So, I'm not complaining. Even though it does double damage, it's not really that big of a deal. Even if we get crit by Glalie, I'm pretty sure we will not die. Ends.
You're on to 6 space? 7? 5? 5?
207. That was a very good Glacia.
Nice.
Basically a perfect Glacia. Aside from the crit. Yeah, I only lost 12 seconds to my PB, despite saving.
Pretty good. I got snatched too. And I got fake out too. Of course.
Alwo's still only like 5 minutes behind me, so really not too bad.
I love when you say only.
For over 2 hour run, actually, like,
Yeah, I'm a bit sad about missing my Kyogre money because
yeah, it was actually very close until Kyogre. Like a less than a 2 minute gap is actually very small. Kyogre is the gatekeeper.
Maybe you can Ice Beam Armaldo, who knows?
I'm not gonna have enough. I guess I could surf this Flygon.
It's a range!
Yeah.
14 on 16.
There are a lot of small optimizations like that where you want to avoid using super effective moves if a neutral move would kill anyways, because the super effective moves have extra text, and it loses a little over a second every time you have the super effective text. So if you have the best Kyogre like Alwo does, you can guaranteed surf the Flygons instead of ice beaming them, which saves a couple seconds.
I don't know what you think about the estimates about this run.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. I forgot.
I think 220 is fine.
Yeah, as long as you play safe.
Yeah, because I was gonna say 215 before the run, but with this run today, I only died once, but I missed my manip 5 times in a row, so it's gonna be a 213, you know, like it's, I don't know.
We also both had good mudkips. We could get stuck on mudkip for a while, potentially. Yeah, I would say 220 is reasonable. Alright. From here, everything gets outsped and O-code guaranteed, so that's GG for me. I just mash and win.
GG. Good race, mate.
Good race. That was fun.
I don't think you got a single bad outcome.
Yeah, all of my fights were good.
Yeah.
TNL was like a little bit slow, and then Archie won, I misplayed, so that was my fault.
But you didn't die?
I didn't die. Yeah, I didn't die a single time.
It's good.
Oh, I misplayed, I misclicked on Winona and reset.
Yeah, that's true. But
that was also my fault. Yeah. I hit one optional. I think we both hit one optional.
Yeah, I hit the girl in Broly Split, yeah. And you hit the cable icon.
Yeah. Steven's team has no water resists, so Kyogre is very good. Water types are just so good in Gen 3. It's really hard to get better than that. Any percent feature is Tentacruel, because, again, it's a water type. Yeah, Surf is so strong. Hits a lot of things super effectively. There's no grass type gym leader.
Alright, I misplay here. I meant to heal the para instead of healing my Kyogre, but at least I'm set up and there is no heal anymore. Just need to click the good move on Glassy and Walrein. Do not serve the Walrein, do not get Sherpa.
We only have one Pokemon for this cutscene, so you only get one Pokeball there, and then only one of the Pokemon will be shown here. That's why we deposit earlier. Ends up saving a few seconds.
Congrats on Race PB.
Thank you. That's time for me. I had exactly 2 hours in-game time. Nice.
Alright, only Drake.
Yeah, I think 220 is fair.
Yeah, we can go with 219 to flex a little bit.
Yeah, that would be fair too.
So no protect for me. I need to set up an X speed on this fight. I hope to not get bad thing from Altaria. A miss or a DD would be very good. Because DD.
I think Dragon Dance is the most common.
Depending on your HP, maybe. Like if you have.
Yeah, if you're lower, maybe it favors.
Take down, maybe. Since I'm mild, I can serve both Flygon. I will ice beam the salamence. I'm golding? That's weird.
I guess you haven't done a run with Hasty yet.
This is not the hasty, this is the mine. That's why.
Yeah. But still, have you done a run with Hasty?
No, not yet. I guess that's because I didn't heal on Drake Spit.
Yeah.
It looks like a 213 for me.
Nice.
Unless I get toxic into Ariel's crit. I don't think I will get that.
Yeah. You might even live from that. Yeah, you would.
Nice. Alright, that should be GG if I click correctly. Because I don't have enough surf to kill the whole team. But I cannot waterfall every month. So.
Waterfall kills everything that's weak to water, and it kills Skarmory. But you need at least 2 surfs for the Cradling Monsters.
Yeah, those mon are annoying.
Yeah, those are the 2 that are they're bulky and they are not weak to water. So, difficult. Cradily is weak to ice actually, but Surf ends up being stronger because of the rain and stab bonus.
Alright, I can just spam surf from here.
GG.
GG. That was a good race.
Congrats.
I enjoyed more than the last race I did, actually. Maybe that's because I did less mistake than usual.
Yeah, hitting optionals is always not fun.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And I'm golding.
Only hitting one optional.
Okay. I don't know. That's so weird.
What is your PB?
The race I did with GP 3 days ago, 211.
Okay.
I never did a PB attempt yet. Only no reset runs.
You never did attempts with old route?
No. Only the day where you teach me the game, you know, 6 months ago.
Oh yeah.
Within what day you teach me? I did a 237 with the early Broly, but then I never run it. And I like.
Yeah, Alwo is newer to glitchless. I've been running glitchless for a few years now. We both run a lot of any %. We had quite a world record competition for a while on any %, and then Warax beat both of us. So one of us needs to take that back soon. But we're working on some new route ideas.
We will.
Before then. Yep. With glitchless getting this new route, that's kind of been in the spotlight.
159
so
IGT, I won. I
Nice,
won against
yep.
IGT.
That's funny, actually.
I hope we liked this showcase. Thanks for watching, obviously. We will see you at ESA, no matter what. Thanks to you, Blue. Very good commentary, very good run.
Thanks for racing with me.
No problem, anytime, bro. And yeah, that'll be it for us. Thanks again. Good luck with reviewing and see you in 3 months. Bye, guys.